विनिर्मुक्तांश ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मृतं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय राधिकायै प्रियात्मने श्रीमद्भक्तिवेदान्तनारायणके नामिने श्रीकृष्णलीला कथने सुदक्ष मौदार्य माधुर्य गुणैश्युक्त नारायणं शिरसामामि दण्डिनां शिरोमणिं च श्रीकृष्णपदाब्जधृतैकरुधिर् चैतन्यलीलामृतसारसारं नारायणं तं शिरसा नमामि। First of all, offer my millions of obeisances to lotus feet of Asmati Guru Pad Padma, Vidula Pratagat Guru Shri Srimad Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, Dandi Shri Srimad Bhaktivedanta Dandi Maharaj, Nam Nishta Santa Shri Aniruddhas Prabhuji, all the Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis are gathered here, please with my humble obeisances. So we are discussing Madhurya Kadambini, and so Madhurya Kadambini apparently is a very good book. So we are at page number, as you can see, 237. Page number 237. This is the page, and Kshiram Yatha Vikar Vishesha Yoga Sanjayate Nahi Tatha Pratagasti Hetu Yasham Bhutam Tatha Samapait Karyat Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Kshiram Natharati Vikara Vishesha Yoga Sanjayate Nahi Tatha Pratagasti Hetu Yasham Bhutam Tatha Samapaiti Karyat Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. The purport of this verse is that just as milk is transformed into yogurt by contact with a transforming agent, he who assumes the form of Shambhu, Lord Shiva, for a specific purpose is non-different from the root cause of his manifestation, Shri Govinda. So like we have an example that milk actually, generally what the Indian would do, my mother is to, she keeps yogurt and then she used to call it Marathi Virzan Ghalne. Virzan Ghalne means like converting milk into yogurt. So basically there are some bacteria in yogurt or curd as it is known in some parts of India. Now the South Indians, they just cannot do without yogurt or curd. If they don't get yogurt and curd, a big problem. I think they eat curd morning time also, curd rice, and also noon time. They definitely need curd, and sometimes even evening also. But generally evening you are not supposed to eat curd as per Ayurveda, because that will reduce your lifespan. But some people love curd so much that even in night they eat curd rice. So anyways, this milk has to be transformed into yogurt by contact with a transforming agent. So he who assumes the form of Shambhu, Lord Shiva, for a specific purpose is non-different from the root cause of his manifestation, Shri Govinda. Now what is Shambhu's job? Annihilation, destruction. Like we see the God, G for generator, O for operator, D for destroyer. G for generator, O for operator, and D for destroy. Yet his controllership is subordinate to that of Govinda, the supreme controller. You might have seen this particular form of Nataraj. Nataraj is actually one form of Lord Shiva. He dances. He performs the dance of cosmic annihilation. This is one very famous form of Lord Shiva. And Nataraj. And you'll see that Nataraj is dancing. This is the cosmic dance actually of annihilation. Nataraj. He is very good dancer. But Srila Gurudev says that Krishna is Natavar, best of the dancers. So, and Lord Shiva learned the art of dancing from Lord Krishna. Natavar Vapu Karnayo Karnikaram, Vibrat Vasa Kanaka Kapisham Vaja Inkim Chamalam, Randran Venu Radar Sudaya, Pura and Gopa Vrandar, Vrindarannam Shapadarvanam Pravishat Kita Kirti. So Krishna is best of the dancers and he is even the teacher of Lord Shiva in the art of dancing. But Lord Shiva's dance is the dance of annihilation. He opens his third eye also. Lord Shiva has three eyes. Third eye will burn the whole world to ashes. Yet his controllership is subordinate to that of Govinda, the supreme controller. He is not a controller separate from him. For the purpose of accomplishing a special Leela, the supreme controller assumes a separate form, which accepts subordination to him. So it means that Lord Krishna himself takes the shape of Lord Shiva and becomes subordinate to himself, Krishna. Understand? Now I was reading a biography of Sri Ramanujacharya. All of you must be knowing a great Acharya who took birth in Sri Perembadur. Ramanujacharya was incarnation of Lakshman. So he's called Lakshman Deshik. Lakshman Deshik. And Sri Ramanujacharya, he was very elevated Acharya. And you can see this is the tilak of Ramanuja Sampradaya. He is holding a triple staff in his hand. And this is the background. You see the temple of Shirangam. And you can see that his worshipable Lord is Ananta Padmanabh or Sri Ranganath Swami, who is sleeping on the bed of serpent. And Sri Ramanujacharya, he was actually, there were two attempts to poison him. Once there was an attempt to poison him. One priest of Srirangam temple told his wife that give him poison, but she somehow indicated to him that this food prasadam which is given to him is poison. So he offered that food in the Ranganath temple. And the second time, the same pujari then poisoned the Charanamrut. And that poison was enough to kill about 10 people. But nothing happened to Sri Ramanujacharya. And Ramanujacharya was dancing and he thought that it is having effect on Ramanujacharya and he will be dead in 1 hour. But next day, Ramanujacharya again come to the temple and then he surrendered to Ramanujacharya. And he said, "Oh, you are second manifestation of Vishnu." And he is actually Anantashesh. So the point I am making here is that Ramanujacharya once was called to debate who's superior. That whether Lord Shiva is superior or Lord Shiva is superior or it is Vishnu is superior. Then Ramanujacharya wanted to go and debate. But his disciple actually told him, Kuresh, that you don't go, they might try to kill you. There was a king called Chola Raj. And previously there was actually a big fight between Shaivites and Vaishnavites. So Kuresh Alwar, he actually was a great disciple of Ramanujacharya. And Kuresh actually, he told Ramanujacharya, you don't go there. And I will go there and I will debate with the scholars appointed by the king. So there actually he debated with the scholars appointed by the king and he defeated all of them. But anyways, they became very angry with him and they removed his eyes. And there was also, I think, Mahapurana also was there with him and Mahapurana's eyes also they removed. So both of them were blinded. But still he kept on. They never actually wanted to take revenge on the king. They only prayed that, oh, king should have. They prayed for the welfare of king because Vaishnavas never want to take revenge. But anyway, that king developed many insects in his throat, and he came to be known as Krumi Kanta. Krumi means insects. Kanta means in his neck, because he had offended two Vaishnavas, Mahapurana and Sri Kureshji. So also Kuresh got back his vision by the mercy of Ramanujacharya and Lord Narayan. But he could see only Vaishnavas and the Lord's form. Anyway, so the point I'm making that there are many parties in India. Right? Some people say Shiva is supreme, but Vishnu is supreme. But this verse is a conclusive evidence that Govinda is far superior than Lord Shiva, because Govinda's incarnation Shiva does annihilation, but he is also empowered by The Govinda only to do annihilation. Without the power of Govinda, Lord Shiva cannot do the job of annihilation. So spatial transformation occurs when the following three combine. The material potency, Maya's quality of ignorance. The marginal potency is Tatastha Shakti's quality of minuteness. And the transcendental potency, Chit Shakti's quality of cognizance, Samvit, mixed with a touch of transcendental bliss, Ladini. This special transformation is known as Lord Shiva. So someone will ask you, what is Lord Shiva? Then this is a very good answer. A special transformation occurs when the following three combine. The material potency is quality of ignorance. The marginal potency is Tatastha Shakti's quality of minuteness. Like Jiva is minute. Understand? How Jiva is minute? Balagrashata bhagasya shatadha kalpitasya cha bhago jivasya vidnesa chanantaya kalpat. 1/10 of the tip of the ear. And a transcendental potency, Chit Shakti's quality of cognizance or samvit mixed with a touch of transcendental bliss, Ladini. This special transformation is known as Lord Shiva, who is the very embodiment of three types of egotism. He is celebrated as Guna Avatar of Govinda. Therefore, Shiva is not different from Hari. He is a Guna Avatar, so he is non different from Hari. In his commentary on, for example, you go to Navadvip, right? So you'll go to Navadvip and then you'll see Harihar. There's a Harihar temple in where what is that island? I think Rudradip. Yes, in Rudradip you'll see Harihar temple. So Harihar temple, and also I went to with Anuradha Mataji to Harihar temple. In Harihar temple also there is actually you'll see Lord Shiva and Lord Vishnu combined together. This is actually the temple I'm talking about. There is a temple. This is a temple, very beautiful temple, in a place called Harihar. This is near Davangere. And you'll see that when we went to this temple, you'll see that everything is half-half. Means this side, one side is dedicated to Lord Shiva's pastimes, and one side dedicated to the Vishnu's pastimes. So this deity half is Lord Shiva and half deity is Lord Vishnu. So you'll maybe I find able to find a picture actually. You can see here that someone has depicted this Hari here. That you see that blackish color is Vishnu. He has chakra in his hand, but half is white color, and this is Lord Shiva's. You'll see that one Lord Shiva's one leg, and he's having the deer skin on the west. Other side there is actually Vishnu's Pitambara. So this is the form of Harihara. Half Hari, half Hara. Harihara is combined, showing their unity. Understand? So this unity means actually that Lord Shiva and Lord Krishna, they are non-different. But then again, you see that Vishnu is always supreme because Shiva is his incarnation. And their friendship is also very famous. Their friendship is also very, very famous. Um, so Harihar, you'll see many, many depictions like this. Half Hari, half Har. But we should know what is Shiva. Then Lord Shiva, Vishwanath Thakur is telling that Shiva is made of three potencies. Shiva is actually um, the material potency is quality of ignorance, plus the marginal potency is quality of minuteness, and the transcendental potency quality of cognizance, some with mixed with a touch of transcendental bliss, Ladini. The special transformation is known as Lord Shiva, who is the very embodiment of the three types of egotism. He is celebrated as the Gunavatar of Shri Govinda. Therefore, Shri Shiva is non-different from Shri Hari. In his commentary on this verse from Brahma Samhita, Srila Jiva Goswami quotes a mantra from Rig Veda. Atha nityo deva eko narayana brahma narayana shivascha narayana iti adi. Narayana is the only eternal Lord. Brahma and Shiva also have the same with the illusory potency. One should never consider him to be a Jiva Tattva. He is certainly Ishvara Tattva. If therefore a need arises for one who is exclusively devoted to Sri Hari and Ananya Bhakta to worship Shiva, he can worship him with the understanding that Sri Hari is situated with within Shri Shiva's heart. Understand? So basically, many times, other day I was hearing a lecture of Shri Rajendra Rajji Maharaj also, and he was telling that in the heart of all the demigods, even Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma, Vishnu is present. So you see that we pray to that Hari who is situated as Antaratma, who is present as the Paramatma, the indwelling super soul of in the heart of Lord Shiva. Understand? So in this regard, Shri Jiva Goswami. So for example, there is actually one very famous place. I have never been there, but Shripad Dandi Maharaj must have gone there, and that place is actually Shri Dharma Kshetra actually, Dharmasthala. You'll see that this place very famous in Karnataka. And the Dharmasthala, this place, you'll see that there is uh, Dharmasthala, that is actually a temple, and Shri Vadiraj Tirtha is to worship there. But there is actually Shaligram Shila there, and in Shaligram Shila inside that Shivalinga is there. So this is the Dharmasthala temple actually, and so India is a very big place, and never got a chance to go to Dharmasthala. But a lot of people visit Dharmasthala, and free prasadam distribution goes on there. And you see here that this is apparently they worship Sri Manjunath Swami here. The Manjunath Swami actually Manju actually is means uh, ice, not ice actually. I would say that snow, snow. So one is white like snow. That Manjunath Swami is the deity that is worshipped here. But inside Manjunath Swami, Shaligram Shila is there. So so Manjunath Swami. Manjunath is a very famous name. It's like Tom in America. Like how many people would have the name Tom or Bob, Robert, like this? So like that, Manjunath is very common name. So Manjunath Swami is worshipped there. This Manjunath Swami deity is worshipped there, and this actually looks like a Shiva Linga, but inside there is actually Shri Shaligram is there. So many people think that it is Shaivite shrine, but actually it's a Vaishnava shrine. So this is the form they worship here. So many such mystic places are there. Once Ramanujacharya was preaching in Jagannath Puri, and then he was trying to enforce regulated bhakti there in Jagannath Puri. But they were doing bhakti with Raga Marga, spontaneous devotion. So Lord Jagannath overnight transported our Ramanujacharya to Kurma Kshetra. And when he came to this place called Kurma Kshetra, oh, he was actually was very unhappy. Oh, how come I have landed in this Kurma Kshetra? And actually, Ramanuja thought I had landed in the temple of Lord Shiva, but it was not the temple of Lord Shiva, but it was the temple of Lord Vishnu, Kurmadev. And Kurmadev gave him darshan and said, I am actually Kurma. I am not Shiva deity. I am not a Shiva linga. Ramanuja said, okay, I am very happy. Because the Ramanujacharya Sampradaya, they don't want to go into Shiva's temple at all. Even if the tiger is chasing them, they said, we don't want to enter into Shiva's temple. Let tiger devour us, but we will not enter into Shiva's temple. But our mood is, as Gurudev is telling, that if therefore a need arises for one who is exclusively devoted to Sri Hari and Ananya Bhakta to worship Shiva, he can worship him with the understanding that Sri Hari is situated within Lord Shiva's heart. So now this clarifies. Sometimes you may have to worship Lord Shiva, then you don't worry, just go ahead and worship, do arti and everything, but offer to who? To Krishna who is in the heart of Lord Shiva. Okay? So in this regard, Sri Jiva Goswami in his Bhakti Sandarbha, Anuched 106 cites a history from the Vishnu Dharmottara. Once a devotee Brahman named Vishwak Sen, who was exclusively devoted to Sri Hari. Understand? Now he is a Brahman and he is actually a devotee. His name is Vishwak Sena. Vishwak Sena is actually the source of Ganesh Tattva. Original Ganesh is Vishwak Sen. In Ramanu Sampradaya, you'll see that Vishwak Sen is worshipped. Vishwak Sen is worshipped. I don't know whether you'll find about a picture of Vishwak Sen. But Vishwaksena is very famous, uh, famous manifestation actually, and he's a commander in chief of Vishnu's army, Vishwaksena. Anyways, so maybe Vishnu, he has a Sarupya Mukti, same like Vishnu form. So here this picture is being shown Vishwaksena. Because all residents of Vaikuntha who have got Sarupya Mukti, they all look like Narayan only. Understand? So Vishwaksen also may be having four arms with Shankha, Chakra, Gada, Padma. Anyway, Vishwaksen was the name of that Brahmana, and he was actually Vishwaksen, and he was worshipping, devoted to the worship of Lord Vishnu. Understand? He was traversing the earth. One day, when he was sitting alone in the forest, the son of the village chief approached him and inquired about his identity. When the devotee Brahman introduced himself, the son of the village chief said, "Today I have a headache. Please act as my representative and do puja to my worshipful deity Lord Shiva." Okay. Now this village chief is telling him to worship Lord Shiva, but he's a devotee of Lord Vishnu. Huh? So upon hearing this request, the devotee Brahman replied, "O young man, I am exclusively devoted to Sri Hari. I never worship any demigod, only the deity of Sri Vishnu. Please go away." Understand? Because Vishnu is supreme, so why would anyone worship the demigod? Huh? Bhagavad Gita Krishna says, "Kamaste taruta jnana prapadyantyana devata." So devotees have no material desires, so there is no need for them to worship the demigods. The son of the village chief repeatedly implored devotee, but the devotee Brahman would not agree to perform that worship under any condition. Anyway, the son of the king, son of the village chief, readied himself to decapitate, decapitate the stunned Brahman. He just want to chop off his head. Death at the hands of this youth is not at all desirable, he thought. What shall I do? After some reflection, he agreed to perform the worship. As approach as he approached the Shivalinga, he thought, at the time of devastation, Lord Shiva, in order to destroy the creation, increases the mode of ignorance. Bhagavan Shri Narasimha desires to destroy ignorant demons and removes that ignorance. For that reason, he appears among them like the sun dissipating thick darkness. The son of the village chief is also among the ignorant demons. I shall therefore worship Shri Narasimha at the site of Lord Shiva, at the site of Lord Shiva, to destroy the wicked mood of these rascal Shiva worshippers. So basically, Narasimha would remove their wicked mood. Huh? So having decided this, he recited the mantra Om Narasimhaya Namaha. Just as he was about to offer flowers to the deity of Lord Shiva, the young son of the village chief, engulfed by wrath, raised his sword to cut off the Brahmana's head. At that moment, Lord Narasimha suddenly burst out of the Shivalinga, Shiva deity. He destroyed the young son of the village chief, along with his entire family. The legendary pastime place of Sri Narasimha named Linga Spota is in South India, and the worship of Narasimha continues there to this day. This story illustrates how Sri Hari and Lord Shiva are non-different. Now you see that he was worshipping what? He was worshipping Lord Shiva's deity, but with the mantra of Narasimha. But when who came out of that Shivalinga? Lord Narasimha Dev came out. It means that Antaratma, the indwelling super soul of who? Of Lord Shiva is not Lord Dev. But I searched on Google and I never found any picture of Linga Spota. Huh? So let's see. Uh, Linga Spota Temple, location of Linga Spota Temple in ISKCON IndiaDivine.org. Uh, there's some discussion is going on, and I said there's one person is telling that I recently heard about the history of the Linga Spota. Linga Spota actually. So they're telling us to enter the address. In my discussion today, um, I recently heard about the history of Linga Spota, which represents the combined deity of Lord Shiva and Lord Narasimha. I'm sure most of the members may already know about the Linga Spota, but for the sake of everyone, I am summarizing it. Now he's telling the same history which we read now. Huh? And now he is asking this question. It is said that this deity still exists somewhere in South India. I would love to hear from any members of the group who know the whereabouts of this temple. So actually, no one has answered because I couldn't find this deity in. So there is wisdom library also doesn't mention anything about this particular deity. Anyways, but we'll because Vishwanath Thakur Pad is telling about it. I'm pretty sure that this linga sport deity must exist somewhere in South India. We cannot challenge the words of Acharya because Acharyas, what they are saying must always be correct. Let's move on to the point 3D. Lord Brahma, a Jiva, is also invested with the potency of the Supreme Lord. Now, Brahma is also a Jiva, but he has the power of the Supreme Lord. Sanskrit. Yattu sattva rajas tama iti prakriter guna. इति अत्र स्थिति आदये हरिविरिञ्चि हर इति अनेन तत् साधारण्या ब्रह्मणि अपीश्वरत्वम् अवगम्यते तद् ईश्वर ईश्वर ईश्वरावेश एवेति ज्ञेयः भास्वन् यथाश्म सकलेषु निजेषु तेजः स्वीयं कियत् प्रकटत्यपि तद्वदत्र ब्रह्माईश जगदंड विधान कर्ता गोविंदमादि पुरुषम तमाम भजामि इति ब्रह्म संहितोक्ते. Furthermore, Srimad Bhagavatam 1.2.23 states, Sattvam, Rajas, Tama iti Prakriter Guna. Goodness, passion, and ignorance are the three modes of material nature. The transcendental lord of these three modes of nature, Sri Hari, in order to perform the three separate functions of universal maintenance, creation, and destruction, is known by the names of Hari. Hari corresponds to maintenance here, and Virinchi, Lord Brahma, creation, and Hara, Lord Shiva, destruction. So, universal maintenance, creation, and destruction is known by the names of Hari, Lord Vishnu, Virinchi, Lord Brahma, and Hara, Lord Shiva, respectively. A general understanding of this verse suggests that Brahma too has the quality of godhood, Ishwarata, but it should be understood that Brahma's godhood is a result of his being invested with the power, Shaktavish of the Supreme Lord, Sri Krishna. So Brahma also has godhood, but he has the power of the Supreme Lord Krishna. He has Shaktavish. He is empowered by Lord Krishna. Actually, there is one temple only in India of Lord Brahma. Generally, because Brahma is a Jiva, he is not so much worshipped. We went to that temple. And there is one place called Pushkar Lake. You'll see here this Pushpakar. Very beautiful lake is there in Pushkar. Pushpa actually means flower. This is a very wonderful in Ajmer district. This is a lake actually, Pushkar Lake. And this is a typical Rajasthan. Many people bathe in this Pushkar Lake. So very wonderful mountains are there. And this Pushkar, Lord Brahma once dropped one lotus from the Satyaloka, the topmost planetary system, and then it fell in this place and formed a lake. So there they worship the deity of Lord Brahma. Otherwise, generally Lord Brahma is not worshipped. It is the only temple I think in India. This Pushkar Lake. So you'll see that this is a Pushkar, a very holy place. But actually, one Pushkar is present in Navadvip also. One Brahmana, he wanted to go to Pushkar to take bath, but Pushkar himself told him that I live in Navadvip. And then he got the darshan of Pushkar in Navadvip itself. Original Pushkar is in Navadvip, and this is actually another extension of it. So Lord Brahma is Shakti Avish Avatar, and he is actually Shakti Avish Avatar of Vishnu. He is not so much extensively worshipped in India. Only Krishna and Narayan they are worshipped more. So Brahma Samhita states, just as the sun partially manifests its energy in the jewel known as Surya Kanta. Similarly, Sri Govinda manifests some of his potency in a qualified living entity who as Brahma creates the material universe. I worship that primeval Lord Govinda. Basically, there are two types of jewels. One is Suryakanta jewel and one is Chandrakanta jewel. And Chandrakanta jewel has the potency of the moon, and Suryakanta jewel has partial potency of the sun planet. And they say that this Chandrakanta jewel melts in the sun, in the moonshine. Suryakanta jewel also is manifesting some energy of the sun. So Brahma has some energy from Vishnu, not completely, but only some small portion, and is empowered by that portion of Govinda's energy. Understand? Just like the Suryakanta jewel is endowed with the potency of the sun to a minute degree, Brahma is also endowed with a minute degree of potency of Govinda. Okay. So Piyusha Varshini Vritti. Lord Shiva's godhood is celebrated within scriptures such as the Puranas and Agamas. Lord Shiva is not the original controller, independent of Shri Hari. This is clearly stated in Srimad Bhagavatam 1.2.23. Sattvam rajas tama iti prakritir gunastair yuktah parah purusha eka ihasya datte. Satyadaye hari virinchi harete sadniha. Shreyamsi tatra khalu sattva tanor anradam syo. Material nature consists of three qualities: sattva, goodness; rajas, passion; and tamas, ignorance. Accepting these three in order to perform the activities of creation, maintenance, and resolution, the one non-dual Paramatma adopts the three names of Hari, Vishnu, Virinchi Brahma, and Hara, Rudra, respectively. Even so, Sri Hari, who accepts the material mode of goodness, bestows the supreme benefit upon human society. The one supreme absolute truth manifests himself as Brahma, Vishnu, and Mahadev in order to create, maintain, and destroy the universe respectively. All three are guna avatars of Parabrahma. Brahma is assigned the mode of passion and Shiva is assigned the mode of ignorance. Unlike Shri Vishnu, they do not have the quality of being the Supreme Lord. They bestow religiosity, dharma, economic development, artha, and sense gratification, kama. Shri Vishnu, the Gunavatar endowed with the mode of goodness, is able to bestow moksha or liberation from Maya. Here, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur explains that in a general sense, this verse establishes that Brahma, like Shiva, also possesses the quality of a controller, but that is because he has been invested with the potency of Bhagwan. In other words, an aspect of the Lord's potency is conferred upon him. The Brahma Samhita states, Bhaswan yathashma shakaleshu nijeshu teja swiyam kiyat prakatyapti tadvadatra. Brahmayesh jagananda vidhana karta govindam adi purusham tamam. Just as the sun manifests its potency to a minute degree within jewels such as Suryakanta and invest in them the power to burn. Similarly, Shri Govinda also infuses his creative potency within the secondary creator of the universe, Brahma. I worship that original personality, Shri Govinda. The sadhaka should understand that the glories of God are comprehended according to the type of worship performed. Upasana Bheda Jani Ishvara Mahima. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Leela 2.27. Worship of the Gunavatars, Brahma and Shiva, is mixed with the mode of material nature, gunas. It is not transcendental, nirguna. It can bestow no more than religiosity, economic development, and sense gratification and liberation. Only the Supreme Lord Bhagavan Shri Hari is transcendental and beyond the influence of Maya. Worship of him is also transcendental. Bhakti alone is the transcendental method of worship that results in the sadhaka's attainment of the fifth goal of life, Krishna Prema, thus crowning his life with complete success. Srila Rupa Goswami writes in Sri Laghu Bhagavatamrita, Santu avatara bhava pushkarana avasya sarvato bhadra Krishnat anya kova lata swapi premado bhavit. Shri Hari, whose navel is like a lotus, as limitless incarnations, all of whom are auspicious in all ways, but who except Sri Krishna can give the gift of prema even to vines, trees, and shrubs, let alone to conscious living entities. Only Sri Krishna bestows prema. The author further clarifies this topic later in this world. So, Krishna, he can give prema even to the vines, trees, and shrubs. Like that. Like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, you'll see that he was walking through the forest of Jharkhand. And and what happened? Um, he was giving prema even to the wild animals. So when Mahaprabhu was walking through the forest of Jharkhand, व्याघ्रवारणैन वन्यजन्तु कृष्णदायकं प्रेमनृत्यभावमत्तच्छाडखण्डनायकम् दुर्गवन्यमार्गमात्रभट्टसङ्गसौकरं प्रेमधाम देवमेव नौमि गौरसुन्दरं प्रेमधाम देवमेव नौमि गौरसुन्दरम्. Actually, see that the deer, the doe, and the tigers are kissing each other. And then this Balabhadra Bhattacharya, associate of Mahaprabhu, is stunned. And Mahaprabhu said, these monkeys, these actually look like chimpanzee. India, we don't have chimpanzee. But anyways, maybe Mahaprabhu's time there was chimpanzee. And elephants also, you see, they are ecstatic. They all develop love of Godhead. Now, who can be more merciful than Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Giving prema even to the animals. Bhakti Rakshakshadhar Maharaj says that Mahaprabhu is very merciful. But Krishna gave prema. He gave prema to the creepers in Vrindavan. But Mahaprabhu gave prema to the lions and tigers and deer in the forest of Jharkhand. Even you see snakes also got prema. No wonder. Monkeys also got prema. Elephants also got prema. So Mahaprabhu is Bhagwan. Nothing is impossible for him. So you'll see that here, walking in the footsteps of Lord Chaitanya in the Jharkhand forest. Maybe footprints of Mahaprabhu also there. There's actually Padyatra.com. A report has come from Krishna Sudama Das. At the end of August, Padyatra was in Ranchi, the capital city of Jharkhand, previously known as Jharkhand. Jharkhand is the famous tract of dense forest through which Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu travelled on his journey from Jagannath Puri to Vrindavan, accompanied by his servant Balabhadra Bhattacharya and an assistant Brahmana carrying his water pot and garments. Lord Chaitanya made wild animals dance and chant in ecstatic love of God. We read with great pleasure the section of Chaitanya Charitamrita describing the amazing pastime of Lord in that jungle. When the Lord passed through the jungle in great ecstasy, pack of tigers, elephants, rhinoceros, and boars came, and the Lord passed right through them. Balabhadra Bhattacharya was very much afraid to see them, but by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's influence, all the animals stood to one side. One day, a tiger was lying on the path, and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, walking along the path in ecstatic love, touched the tiger with his feet. The Lord said, chant the holy name of Krishna. The tiger immediately got up and began to dance and chant, Krishna, Krishna. Another day, while Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was bathing in a river, a herd of maddened elephants came there to drink water. While the Lord was bathing and murmuring the Gayatri mantra, the elephants came before him. The Lord immediately splashed some water on the elephants and asked them to chant the name of Krishna. The elephants whose bodies were touched by the water splashed by the Lord began to chant Krishna, Krishna and dance and sing in ecstasy. Once a group of 5 or 6 tigers joined the group of deer following the Lord. Not only did the tigers and deer started to dance and jump in ecstasy, they embraced one another and touching mouths began to kiss. All the forest creatures, animals, birds, trees and creepers were maddened by the holy name of Krishna, vibrated by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The Lord also awakened ecstatic love of God in the hearts of the jungle people. He was so immersed in pure love of God that he took it for granted that the forest of Jharkhand was Vrindavan and the rivers he saw the river Jamuna. Footprints of the Lord, tigers and elephants still visible on a river bed. The exact location of this pastime isn't mentioned in the Chaitanya Charitamrita. The only indication given is that the Lord kept the city of Katak on his right as he entered the forest. In some biographies of Lord Chaitanya, it is mentioned that he performed Sankirtan at a place named Kunjanagar Nagari on the banks of the Chautama river, and that all the wild animals took part by chanting and dancing. The earth became so ecstatic upon hearing the sweet kirtan of the Lord that she melted in some places, which resulted in imprints of the footprints of Mahaprabhu and the animals around him. About 10 years ago, a sage came to perform a yajna within a kilometer of that area, and the following night, the exact place of Gauranga's wonderful pastime was revealed in his dream. Later on, the villagers held a huge yajna at that spot. Between at least 50 to 70,000 people came to worship Lord Chaitanya and meditate on his amazing pastime in the forest. The villagers built a small Sankirtan hall of brick and cement and installed murtis of Radha Krishna. This site is now assumed to be the place of Lord Chaitanya's Leelas with the jungle animals. It is situated deep in the forest just besides a small river and exactly matches the description given in the previous quoted verses of the Chaitanya Charitamrita with the elephants dancing and tigers. So that's actually the devotees apparently visited that place. And they are showing here the footprints of the animals and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And these ISKCON devotees apparently went there. The original footprints of Lord Chaitanya along with the wild animals. You see here, original footprints of Mahaprabhu. They are showing here actually. So they must have done some research about it. This is a river actually in Jharkhand. So Mahaprabhu is very merciful, no doubt about it. Krishna is merciful. He is giving love to the creepers and trees in Vrindavan. and but Mahaprabhu is more merciful. So according to one perspective, the mode of ignorance is superior to the mode of passion. तथा पार्थिवत्वाद दारुणो धूमस तस्मात् अग्निस त्रयीमय तमसस्तु रजस तस्मात् सत्वम यद ब्रह्म दर्शन. Srimad Bhagavatam 1.2.24 states that smoke is superior to wood, which is a transformation of earth, and that fire is superior to smoke. Because the fire into which oblations are offered bestows a good destination, such as heavenly enjoyment. In the same way, the mode of passion is superior to the mode of ignorance, and the mode of goodness is superior to the mode of passion, because it gives direct perception of undifferentiated impersonal Brahma. You see that mode of passion, mode of ignorance is compared to just wood. Mode of passion is compared to smoke, and mode of goodness compared to the fire. This verse characterizes the mode of passion as superior to that of ignorance. Nonetheless, in the mode of passion, which is compared to smoke, it is impossible to perceive Ishvara, the Supreme Lord, who is compared to pure effulgent fire. He in his impersonal feature can only be perceived in the mode of goodness, which is similarly compared to blazing fire. Ishvara is also present in the mode of ignorance, which is compared to wood, but imperceptibly. So, just as fire is present in a latent manner within wood and manifest externally as a result of friction, Ishvara is present within the quality of ignorance in an unmanifested form, making ignorance from one perspective superior to passion. The function of the mode of ignorance is to induce deep, dreamless sleep, likened to the happiness of monastic knowledge. Considering this, the truth of the matter is to be understood. Piyushvarshini Vritti. At the beginning of Srimad Bhagavatam, the sages headed by Sri Shaunaka Rishi inquired from Sri Suta Goswami about the various avatars of Bhagwan. Sri Suta Goswami described the godhood of the undivided, non-dual source of all avatars, Sri Krishna, who is devoid of the following three differences. So basically, Krishna is devoid of the following three differences. Swajatiya, difference within the same category, meaning separateness between Sri Krishna and his various manifestations. Vijatiya, difference across categories, meaning separatedness between the Sri Krishna and his different potencies, his material nature and the living entities. Swagata, difference within his own being, meaning separatedness between Sri Krishna and any aspect of him, such as his names, forms, attributes, and uh, pastimes. Understand? So, Sajatiya Bheda, there are three types of differences. Sri Krishna is devoid of these three types of differences. Sajatiya, difference between within the same category, meaning separatedness between Sri Krishna and his various manifestations. Vijatiya means difference across categories, meaning separatedness between Sri Krishna and his different potencies, such as the material nature and the living entities. And Swagata means difference between his own being, meaning separatedness between Sri Krishna and any aspect of him, um, such as his names, form, attributes, and pastimes. Just as innumerable streams flow from an inexhaustible reservoir of water, the primeval absolute truth manifests unlimited avatars. In this way, Sri Krishna has been declared Swayam Bhagavan, the original form of Bhagavan, who has no source other than himself. Those who are conversant with Tattva, ontological truths, refer to his body luster as Brahma. His partial expansions as Paramatma, the super soul, and his pastime expansion as Bhagavan, Sri Narayana. So, actually, this particular thing is Swajatiya, means there is no difference between Krishna and his various manifestations. Understand? And there is no difference between his Sri Krishna and his different potencies. And there is no difference between Krishna's name, form, qualities, pastimes, and Krishna. Understand? So, in this way, the non-dual supreme absolute truth, Swayam Bhagavan, Sri Krishna, performs many varieties of pastimes in this universe. As the cause of all causes, he performs activities of creation, maintenance, and annihilation through his forms as Guna Avatar, who preside over the material modes of nature, Sattva, Raja, and Tama. As Shri Vishnu, the presiding deity of the mood of goodness, Sattva Guna, he maintains the universe. Understand? So Vishnu, his job is to actually to maintain this universe. And Vishnu also three types. So you'll see that Vishnu is mode of goodness. Vande Vishnu Bhavaharanam Sarvado Prajanata. So Vishnu is in mode of goodness. And that's why we are Vaishnavas, because we are worship of Vishnu or Krishna. So we are all worshipping Vishnu. And you'll see that there's a very famous picture here that Lord, all the demigods like Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma, they're praying to Surya, Chandra, they are praying to Lord Vishnu. Whenever they are in danger, they pray to Lord Vishnu, Garbhodaksa Vishnu or something. So Lord Vishnu is very attractive. And here again you see Lord Brahma with four heads and Lord Shiva, they are praying to Lord Vishnu. So Vishnu is supreme among them. Vishnu is supreme. And once you'll see that Bhrigu Muni, he was sent to find out who is superior. And Bhrigu, actually he tested actually first he came to Lord Shiva. And Lord, first he came to his father, Lord Brahma, and he didn't offer him obeisances. So Brahma was angry. Then he came to Lord Shiva and Lord Shiva wanted to embrace him, but he didn't allow Lord Shiva to embrace him, and Shiva was angry. But he went to Vishnu and he simply kicked on the chest of Lord Vishnu. And when he kicked on the chest of Lord Vishnu, Vishnu actually caught his feet. You see that Vishnu caught his feet and asked forgiveness from him. So then he said, "Oh, Vishnu has no anger. Vishnu is superior." You see that here, Vishnu is reclining on the bed of Anantashesh and Bhrigu is kicking his chest. And what Lord Vishnu is doing is massaging his feet. Oh, my hard chest might have hurt the foot. So Bhrigu went back to all the sages and he told that, oh, please know that Vishnu is supreme. He is never angry. Vishnu is, that Dhruva is, that Vishnu is never angry. Shiva may be angry, but my father Brahma may be angry, but Vishnu is um, very tolerant. So I declare that Vishnu is supreme. So even Bhrigu Muni told that Vishnu, Narayan, Krishna, they are superior than Brahma and Shiva. So, although Sri Vishnu is the presiding entity of Sattva Guna, he always remains aloof from and uncovered by that mode. Shiva, however, remains covered by Tamogun and Brahma by Rajogun. So Lord Vishnu is the presiding entity of Sattva Guna, but is not covered by that mode of goodness. But Lord Shiva will become covered by Tamogun and Lord Brahma by Rajogun. And because the modes have functional differences, as it has been explained, that the mode of passion is superior to the mode of ignorance, and that the mode of goodness is superior to the mode of passion. An example of this is given in Srimad Bhagavatam 1.2.24. Smoke is superior to wood because smoke moves while wood does not. So you'll see that when we light up some wood, then you'll see that the wood will emit smoke. When we burn the wood, today only we perform fire sacrifice, and you'll see that wood, there is wood. Right here you can see some wood, and this wood is actually having, the latent energy. It has some, it is a firewood. So it has some fire potency inside it. It has some thermal energy stored in it, but it is in latent form. As in the words of physics they say, the thermal energy is present within this wood, but it is in latent form. But when you burn this wood, then smoke will come out. The smoke is movable and little warm. So you see that when smoke will come, then that smoke will be that like this wood is burning and the smoke is coming. The smoke is latent in the form. Understand? So smoke is superior than the wood. So wood represents mode of ignorance and smoke represents mode of passion. But fire represents mode of goodness, and that's why fire is superior. So smoke is superior to wood because smoke moves while wood does not. Also in smoke one experiences a small amount of heat, right? Like if some smoke also has some heat in it. In the same way, the mode of passion is superior to the mode of ignorance, and the mode of but fire is superior to smoke because in fire there is illumination. Smoke has no illumination. Smoke will make the room even darker, but will give some heat and warmth. But fire will light up the room, remove the darkness, and will give heat also. So heat is always the fire is always superior to smoke, and smoke is always superior to the wood. So in the same way, the mode of passion is superior to the mode of ignorance, and the mode of goodness is superior to the mode of passion. The mode of goodness is also superior because it can lead to realization of impersonal Brahma. This is corroborated in Srimad Bhagavatam 11.25.24. Kaivalyam Satvikam Jnanam Rajo Vaikalpikam Chayat Prakritam Tamasam Jnanam Manishtam Nirgunam Swatam. Sri Krishna said, O Uddhava, knowledge aimed at attaining monistic liberation, Kaivalya Gyan is in the mode of goodness. Knowledge based on the bodily conception is in the mode of passion. And foolish materialistic knowledge as in the mode of ignorance. And knowledge in relation to me, however, is transcendental, is nirguna. So knowledge we are discussing is all nirguna, it's transcendental. Hare Krishna. So Vanchakal Patra Vishya Kripa Sindhivaya Paritanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Thank you so much for your cooperation, and if you have any comments or questions, please feel to ask any comments or questions. I'm more than happy to answer, and thank you so much. I had one program in afternoon today also, one fire sacrifice. So I had to give some katha in Bengali and do the fire sacrifice. This is the third consecutive fire sacrifice in 3 days. Apparently people are very fond of fire sacrifice here. So that's why I could see the wood, smoke and fire, everything there. And today we are discussing again smoke, wood and fire. So thank you so much. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So I'm seeing Ananga Mohan Prabhu today. Yesterday he was not there in the class. Hari Bol. Jai Jai. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, Dandavat Prabhu. Thank you so much for all your time and your
Dandavat.
effort that you put into us coming to class. And I really
Hare Krishna.
appreciate Hong
Hare
Kong and
Krishna.
China devotees as well, with time wise, that we all join in and we hear. I can't see
Actually,
that you also.
these some points, these technical points are here in the lectures of Srila Gurudev. Actually, Gurudev is asking. There was one devotee. He is a barrister at law, a bar at law, barrister in England, and he was very good at explaining these points: Swagata Bhed, Swajatiya Bhed, Vijatiya Bhed, all these things. And Gurudev used to make him stand. That devotee. Um, So this is coming from this Madhurya Kadambini, Swagat Bhed. So we should all remember these things. These three Vedas, very important. What is that? Parabrahma, Shri Krishna is free from these three differences: Swajatiya Bhed, Vijatiya Bhed, and Swagata Bhed. Very, very good technical points are coming. Also, another point to remember is actually to remember what is Lord Shiva. So Lord Shiva is consist of the mixture. Some pleasure potency, minuteness of Tatasa Shakti, a mode of ignorance also. So, Lord Shiva is combined form and he is Ishwar Tattva, but he is very much nicely explained by Vishwanath Thakur exactly what is Shiva Tattva. Nowhere in the world you will find such exact, clear cut definition of these points. And also that Linga Sport Shiva Linga Sport Nrsinga, that how from Shivalinga Narsinga they manifested. It clearly shows that indwelling super soul of all living entities is and all even demigods is Krishna, Vishnu. So even if you go to temple of Ganesha, Shiva or Indra, Chandra, you can always offer them pranams. And to whom we offer pranam? We offer it to the Paramatma in their heart, Vishnu in their heart, Antaratma in their heart, Paramatma in their heart. So that is what is. So many nice points come out when we discuss texts like this. So thank you so much. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, Dandavat Prabhu. Thank you so
Dandavat,
much.
Dandavat.
TDD Hong Kong also says, thank you Maharaj so much and take good rest.
Hare
So
Krishna,
thank you
Dandavat.
dear Maharaj for joining and thank you dear devotees for joining. And Ananga Mohan Prabhu Jaidimani, please, thank you. Hare Krishna, Dandavat.
श्री श्री गुरु गौरंग गंधर्विका गिरिधारी राधा विनोद बिहारी जी की जय। ओम विष्णु पार
Jai Jai.
स्तोत्र भक्ति विदंत विष्णु देती गो स्वामी महाराज की जय। ओम
Hare
विष्णु पार स्तोत्र श्रीमद भक्ति विदंत दंडी गो स्वामी महाराज की जय।
Jai
नित्य
Jai
लील
Jai.
विष्णु पार स्तोत्र श्रीमद भक्ति विदंत नारायण गो स्वामी महाराज की जय। नित्य लील
Jai
प्रविष्ट विष्णु स्तोत्र श्रीमद भक्ति विदंत वामन गो स्वामी महाराज की जय। नित्य लील
Jai
प्रविष्ट
Jai.
विष्णु श्रीमद भक्ति विदंत स्वामी महाराज की जय। नित्य लील
Jai Jai.
प्रविष्ट श्रीमद भक्ति प्रज्ञान केशव गोस्वामी महाराज की जय। नित्य लील
Jai
प्रविष्ट
Jai.
विष्णु श्रील भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी प्रभुपाद की जय। नित्य लील प्रविष्ट
Jai
परम भगवत श्री गौर किशोर दास बाबा जी महाराज की जय। नित्य लील प्रविष्ट सच्चिदंड भक्त ठाकुर की जय। नित्य लील प्रविष्ट वैष्णव सर्वभूम श्री श्री जगन्नाथ दास बाबा जी महाराज की जय। श्री गौड़िया
Jai
वेदांत
Jai.
श्री भूषण प्रभु की जय। शीला विश्वनाथ चक्रवर्ती ठाकुर की जय। शीला नरोत्तम श्री श्यामानंद प्रभु त्राय की जय। श्रीला
Jai
कृष्ण
Jai.
कविराज प्रभु की जय। श्री रूप सनातन भातृ गुणात श्री जीव गोपाल बादास सत गोस्वामी प्रभु की जय। श्री स्वरूप
Jai Jai.
दामोदर रामानंदारी श्री गौरव प्रसाद बिंद की जय। नाम आचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से गौर श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिव सती गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री
Jai
अंतरद्वीप
Jai.
मायापुर श्री द्वीप गोद्रुमद्वीप मध्यद्वीप कोलाद्वीप ऋतुद्वीप जानुद्वीप मोद्र द्रुमद्वीप उदयद्वीप पद्मकाशी नदी धाम की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोपा गोपी गो गोवर्धन द्वादश भरत श्री व्रज मंडल की जय। श्री राधकुंड श्याम गंगा यमुना तुलसी भक्ति देवी की जय।
Jai Jai.
श्रीमती वृंद देवी की जय। श्री पूर्णम श्री योग माई की जय। श्री गोपेश्वर महादेव की जय। श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्र सुदर्शन चक्र जी की जय। श्री
Jai
क्षेत्र
Jai.
मंडल की जय। सर्व विघ्न विनाशिकारी श्री नरसिंहदेव की जय। भक्त प्रभु श्री
Jai Jai
प्रहलाद
Jai.
की जय। चार धाम की जय। चार संप्रदाय की जय। चार आचार्य
Jai
की जय।
Jai
अखंड
Jai Jai.
चैतन्य मात की जय। श्री श्री केशव जी गौड़ी अमर ओद सकमत सम की जय। ग्रंथराज
Jai Jai.
श्रीमद भागवतम की जय। श्री माधुर्य कदम्बनी की जय। हरिनाम
Jai Jai.
संकीर्तन की जय।
Jai
कोटि
Jai.
Vaishnava friendly की जय सामगात भक्त वृंद की जय सिंटे गौर प्रेमनंद हरि
Manande
हरि
Hari Bol. Jai Shri Ananga Mohan Prabhu ki jai. Samast Samagat Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. All tourists assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. Dhanyavad. Hare Krishna.
Shri Prabhupada Ramakrishna Deta Maharaj ki jai.
Jai Jai.
Ram
Shaka
Sai
Didi ki
Krishna.
jai. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Hare Bol.
Thank
Hare
you, Maharaj, for attending today, and thank you, dear devotees. And we'll see you all tomorrow for Java Dharma class, same time. Thank you.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Thank you.
Dhanyavad.
Hare Krishna. Dhanyavad. Hare. Thank you so much. Hare.